Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdul Khalik. All of us are seen working. All of us are seen struggling. All of us are seen busy during certain hours of the day. And we have to do that because nobody can afford to live without a work. Now, those people who are working, they are not equally effective. All the people who are working, they are not equally effective. Some of the people, they are slightly more effective, while another some of the people, they are not as effective as they should have been. So this effectivity, or call it the efficacy, matters and matters a lot really. So I think that this is the age of the competition. Everyone else want to perform better and want to perform better than the other. Everybody want to deliver more than what the rest of the people are delivering. Everybody want to be more effective and more productive as compared to the other people. So as far this productivity or the efficacy is concerned, I think it does matter and matter a lot really. Dear friends, now look, as far this productivity is concerned, we have made it a topic of our today's discussion, and we are going to discuss and debate upon what, how, if at all we can increase and we can enhance our productivity level. We can deliver and produce more in the lesser amount of time. How can we do that? And not only that, we have to produce more in the lesser time, in lesser effort. Rather, we have to do it on a sustainable basis, not for a short span of time, because there are people who work effectively for some of the time, but later on, as far their efficacy or effectivity is concerned, it goes down and goes down a lot. So they become far less effective as compared to what they used to do. My dear friends and fellows, this productivity is going to be our topic of today's discussion. And like every discussion, every video here on this channel, I have chosen a very useful and a very beneficial article on the subject. This article has been written by Lachlan Brown. Lachlan Brown is a well-known researcher and author there in the North America, has contributed a lot of valuable work on the similar subjects. Lachlan Brown is the productivity guru, and as far the caption of his today's article is, it is people who are highly productive. People who are highly productive often exhibit these eight characteristics. People who are highly productive often exhibit these eight characteristics. Now let's look upon those eight characteristics. First of all, Lachlan Brown says they prioritize. What they do? They prioritize. Mean they, everything else which is there in front of them, it is not equally important. So for that reason, they set priorities. How do they set priorities? First of all, they make the list of A category items. What are those A category items? The items which are important, and not only important but the urgent at the same time. So all that come in the A list. Now they make the B list. As what is the B list? The B list says the things which are important but not the urgent. Now they make the C list. And what is this C list? This C list means the things which are not important but are urgent in nature. Now they make the D list. What is this D list? D list mean that the things which are neither important nor urgent. So they do carry all the time these four types of list: the list A, the list B, the list C, and the list D. All of that can be done on one piece of paper, and all of that can be done on the smartphone or computer. So the first thing what they do is that they prioritize the things which are more important, the things which are number one important, the things which are the second most important, the thing which is the third most important, and the thing which is the fourth most and the fifth most important item. So the first thing is they prioritize, and the second thing, they break big task into into bite-sized pieces, breaking the big task into the bite-sized pieces. What is meant by this? Obviously, all the big tasks we cannot do in a single step. We have to work for that maybe for quite some time. So now we have to break it into the bite size, or call it a small size pieces, and one small piece of work at a time. So if at all there is a big task, we might have to break it like seven, or maybe four, or maybe six pieces, and then we have to do one of that piece. We have to handle and manage. We have to get rid of one piece at a time. In this manner we will be able to complete that big task. Now, as for the breaking of this as for the breaking of a big toss into the bite-sized pieces is concerned, have you ever seen that the way butcher is making the pieces, the big and the major pieces of the animal, of the cattle they have slaughtered? They separate the front two legs, and then they separate the rear two legs and the four pieces of these, and then like that they make the further major pieces, and then they break further small pieces. So that is a very beautiful example of how a big toss can be broken into the small pieces. So they break big task into bite-sized pieces. Now the number three strategy of their number three, they embrace distraction. Embracing the distraction, what is meant by this, by the way, dear friends and fellows? Look, mean we cannot concentrate for a longer period of time. Plus, there are certain other distractions. Somebody will visit us, will knock our door. Somebody will make a phone call, or maybe we will conceive something very powerful comes to our mind. Whatever happen, whatever type of distraction it might be, we need to do what we need to do. That we need to have a small break, and during this small break we can call back the person who has just called us. We can go to the washroom if we need to. We can drink a glass of water, or whatever other type of distraction it is. We can attend that distraction for a minute, for 2 minutes, and then return to the work. They embrace distraction. Now the number four, they are friends with the clock. What is this, by the way? They are friends with the clock. This is what is this, by the way? Here the author says, here the writer says that they adopt the Pomodoro technique. What is this Pomodoro technique? The Pomodoro says that 25 minutes of work and 5 minutes of break, that is an ideal thing we must be doing. Every 25 minutes of work must be followed by 5 minutes of break. And if at all we have done 3 times, then another 25 minutes of work must be followed by 15 or 20 minutes of break. So that is called the Pomodoro technique. What is the benefit and what is the utility of this Pomodoro technique? It actually means that we can work effectively for a longer period of time on a sustainable basis. The next is number five. They say no a lot. Yes, they say no a lot. What is meant by this? There are plenty of things which they might do, but they think my time is more precious and I cannot afford to pay time to those unimportant or useless things. So what they say is that they seek excuse, and they say with sorry, with apology, I will not be able to do that, because they think that this whatever is being demanded is a sort of useless thing. So they say no a lot. They don't hesitate to say no, and they have practiced to say no. Now the sixth is they are not always on. They are not always on. What is meant by this? They think that I am not a robot, I am not a machine, I need to take off days, and they are seen on their off days, on their vacations, on their holidays, because they think it is really important, so that a kind of balance is just maintained, has been stricken between the work and the rest, between the work and the recreation or the replenishment, refreshment. So they are not always on. Now the number 7 is they avoid the multitasking. Multitasking. Some of the people think that multitasking is a smart is something very smart. As a matter of fact, this is not the case. Multitasking, it is not a good thing at all, because our brain does not work like that, because it is not a brain friendly way of working at all. What is the brain friendly, what is the mind friendly style of working? It is focus on the one thing, focus on the one thing at a time, focusing on the one thing at a time. That is something really right, and this is what is suitable for our mind, for our brain, because we have to take the work from our mind and brain for a longer period of time. So the number 8 and the final is they reflect and reset. They reflect and reset. What is this? On a daily basis, every evening, and then on a weekly basis they review their way of working, and they do try to understand what was the right thing to do, what was the not so right thing to do, what was the right way to do it, and what was not the right way to do that, what did I do good, what I failed to do good. And then they think, how can I improve, what sort of changes, what sort of improvements are needed in my style, in my methodology of working. That is how that they reflect and reset. That was really a beautiful and a very useful article by Lachlan Brown. People who are highly productive often exhibit these 8 characteristics. Thank you.